All right, everyone. This is what you get when you purchase the IM2000. These are going to be all the pieces right here. I'll be putting this together to show you. But on the left, I kept them in the plastic. Those are the slide rails that you're going to use for the self-spotting portion or the Smith machine portion. The great thing is they actually put those rails inside of the tube that goes in the back of the machine. It helps protect them on the way. Getting your lap pull down bar. Here you got, I believe that's the back of the machine. This right here is going to be another part. This is the left and right side. This is going to be, I believe, for the top. I don't even know, I'll figure it out. That's going to be at the bottom. Those little cylinder things, those are going to go on the back where you put the weights on. These metal things right here is actually what slides through the back, and that's going to on the spine of the machine, and that's where you can attach those. This is going to be what goes inside the lock to lock the system in place. This is going to be my Olympic sleeves that I put on the barbell. That's going to be my 7-foot barbell right there. So with these Olympic sleeves and that, when I go to do exercises, just the bar itself, it's 32 pounds. With the sleeves, 36. That's the bottom of the machine right there where it slides out. These are going to be the cushions for my legs when I go to do any lat pull down exercises. And these two springs are going to be what holds this in place, so they're adjustable if I want to start the bar at a higher place. But this is pretty much it. This is what comes with your kit. Oh yeah, this is the cable pulleys for the top and for the bottom. I have my pulleys inside there, all the screws, and these are going to be the bolts that I'm going to use to connect the main device. And I believe actually these four, so you got left, right, this piece, and then this piece right here. That's going to be the main areas for the bottom of the machine. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's the bottom of the machine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So look forward to putting this together and showing you how it's done. So this part right here, I wasn't able to get on video, but I will say that I did put the legs on the wrong way. There's a left and the right side. If you put them on correctly, as you can see in this picture right here, there's going to be a hole that's closer to where that slide rail is. It's smaller, and on the other side the hole is bigger. That allows you to use the tool and to use that screw and to screw that slide rail in. If you don't put the right leg on the right side, then the hole that's going to be facing that slide rail will be too big and it will not work. Please do not make the same mistake that I did. And again, my brother helped me out. He helped me figure this out, and it worked out perfectly once I had them on the right way. As you can see here, I'm with my dad. We're going over the instructions. Pretty much we got the base, the bottom 4 pieces connected, and we were able to screw in the 2 slide rails. Right now, the next step is going to be to put your stoppers all the way down at the bottom. This is what you're going to use for your safeties when you're lifting and you need to stop the barbell from going too low. After we put those on, we had to put on the springs. The springs allow the barbell to hit the bottom without damaging your side rail or the Smith bar. The next step is we have to grab the actual bar that's with the 2 tubes and slide it in. So what you're going to see here, I'm actually making sure that the bottom is screwed in tight. You also have to make sure that that tube is facing straight. If it's at an angle, then when you go to put the other piece that slides on, it won't go good, so you have to make sure. So here I am just making sure that it's tight and making sure that it's straight. Now, as you're watching this, feel free to fast forward. You can also make the speed faster, but you will see all the different steps that I'm doing to get this done. All right, so now you can see we are going to, at the same time, slide the barbell with the sleeves over those side rails. This is the second and the most important part of configuring this IM2000. Make sure that you do it with someone else and make sure that they're straight. You can see as we're doing it here, it's not completely even. My side wants to slide down. My dad's side is not sliding down. It's like getting stuck. We ended up messing with it. I figured it out and it ended up sliding perfect after that. Again, the first thing that you do when you're actually putting the side rails in, you need to have someone there so they can hold it in place while you screw it in. That's the first one. And then this part that I'm doing right here, really it's the only other piece that you need help with when putting this together. So if you guys purchase an IM2000, just get one person. It's going to make it a lot easier just to do these 2 parts. And like I said, you got to make sure that everything is in there even, straight, and tightened down, and then you'll be ready to go. After you get it on, what you want to do is make sure that you use the stoppers, the safety stoppers. By twisting the barbell, you can have them fit inside the hole so it can stop it. And you want to make sure that you look at each side to make sure that it's even. They're both stopping at the same place, so one side is not lopsided. In the instructions that actually give you tips on what you can do if one side is higher than the other and how you can remedy that. Once you have the base set up and you have the slide rails installed, pointed straight, once you have the sliding barbell, everything set, now it's time to work on the back. It's very easy to set up this machine. You'll notice that as you're installing it, usually it's just nuts, bolts, and washers. And for most of the machine, it's going to be one washer on each side. Very easy to do. In the instruction manual, you'll see that this is one of the parts that you don't want to fully tighten. So there's only 2 parts in the instruction manual that show don't fully tighten until the end. You want to make sure that everything is sliding good, that it fits together well, and then you want to fully tighten that. Another note that I want to add, when you're doing the right and left leg at the bottom, make sure not to put it too tight. I over tightened it when I first did it, and I used the wrong leg on the wrong side. So definitely don't over tighten things. Once you feel it start to give, stop. Don't push too much. The great thing about this machine, as you can see, is it's very easy to move. Even with my pull-up bar, pec deck attachment, everything, all I have to do is remove the Olympic weight plates off the machine, and I can move this machine by myself to reposition it. And that's very important for me. Living where I live now, I don't have a lot of space to train, and I don't always have people to help me. I know that this is something that I can move around. Not only that, it's already the perfect size, 4x4. Nothing better than having something in your house that's manageable yet super sturdy and heavy duty to handle any kind of workouts you want to throw at it. As you can see, now we're working on the top part of the machine. Before you put it on top of the machine, you want to attach both of them together. And this is super easy. You'll see us put it on in a second. Not only does this machine allow you to do all these exercises, it also holds your weights. Included in the package is these 4 rods you can slide through. Once you slide them in, you can screw them in from the back so they stay secure. They have a plastic little portion that you put that keeps the weight away from the actual IM2000, and it's super smooth to slide weights on and off. In the future, I'm going to be getting the Olympic sleeves that will allow me to put my Olympic weights on there without it moving around a lot. Included in your package is the silicone spray they're going to be using on the slide rails once a month, depending on use. The more you use the machine, the more often you're going to want to use that. Do not use WD-40, and you don't have to go out and buy the spray. It is included with the IM2000 with the purchase. It helps it to stay sliding super smoothly, and if it ever does get a little gunky or dirty, you can just take a towel, wipe it down, spray again. Works like new every time.
Now it's time to set up the cable pulley. At the top of the machine, you have 2 cable pulleys, and when you are using it in the regular mode, you want to make sure that you have that cable and put it over the pulley before you screw the pulley in. The orientation that you want it to be is the hook that goes onto the actual Smith bar to be closer to the machine. It's going to go over that pulley, the back pulley, over the front pulley, and then you're going to have the hook and the little rubber ball stick out at the top. Here I'm putting that in. When I go to do the pec deck, it's a little bit different than that, and I'll be showing you that in a video soon. So when you're doing the pulleys, make sure you don't screw it in too tight. The tighter that you have it, the less the pulleys are going to move by themselves freely. If you don't put it tight all the way, it keeps it spinning freely. Not only that, make sure that if you ever take them out, that you hold that pulley. As soon as you pull that screw out, the pulley will fall out. So make sure to hold on to it. So the front part of the IM2000, it slides in and it slides out to regular. There's a pin that holds it in place on the left-hand side. That's going to stay there. It literally fits through the hole, goes through the other one, and it never moves. On the opposite side, you also have a pin. You can keep the pin there when you're going to do the exercises, take it out and move it back in when you're not going to use it, and just make sure to leave that pin in the same place. This is one of the easiest steps of this machine. As you can see here, my dad is passing me the cable. You put the cable underneath the pulley. There's a little opening. It'll fit even with the carabiner. Bring that all the way up to the top. You can attach it there, and now you can do all your lower pulley exercises. So I believe I'm grabbing the bar. We're going to do a little bit of biceps, and I'm going to show my dad how it's done. A couple things I forgot to mention. While doing this exercise right here, you want to make sure that that hook is centered on the Smith bar. Also, you want to put the safeties that are on the Smith bar that you can twist your wrist to lock them into one of the holes. You want to make sure to keep that up and put the safety pin to hold it in place. And wherever you have those springs at is going to be that bottom position of the exercise. As you can see, we're doing some tricep push downs. Not only can you do exercises standing up with one hand or two hands, you can also use it from that position, but while you're on a bench. Here you can see I'm doing lat pull downs with my legs underneath those pads. It helps to keep your body down. If you're lifting heavier weight than you won't fly up. The machine will hold you in place. Whenever you're not using that cable, you can just bring it around to the back of the machine. On the back of the spine of the machine, there is a hook where you can put all your cables. If you look at my feet, you'll see that there's that metal plate that adds stability to the machine. I'm gonna step on that and do my squats. The further my feet go in front, the more of a hack squat. The more direct under the bar I am, the more of a squat. Not only can you use this bar for squats, you can also use it for leg presses, calf raises, lunges, hip thrusts. Anything you want to do, this machine can do it. Another thing I like to do, especially when warming up for exercises, is doing inverted rows, push-ups, and dips. This is where you can use the bar just the way that it is, like that, to do push-ups on it. It'll help to warm you up, and as you continue your sets, you can put the bar lower and lower to increase the angle and the difficulty of the exercise. This is perfect for someone that is just starting off and a way to get you warmed up for exercise. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is something that is super easy to do. You can bust it out in an hour, hour and a half. If you have another person, it's going to be so much easier. You need them for those two parts, doing the slide rails and making sure they're screwed in. You want to make sure that the right leg goes on the right side and not over tighten the bolts. Especially in the instruction manual, it's going to show you which ones you want to keep a little loose. Pay attention. As excited as you can be, don't be like me and try to rush. Read the instructions well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have more installation assembly videos coming up, but this is something, like I said, I've been planning on doing for a while. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, be excited about fitness, y'all. If there is a piece of equipment or a company that you love and that you want to support, make a plan to get the stuff, get it, use it, show it off. Feel free to send me a message on Instagram, Fit for Acting. I'd love to help support you, follow you, and just help you out in any way possible. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a message below. Thanks.